Hello everyone, sorry about that, just a little bit of a delay there. I was just having to pull Klingons off.
Hi everyone. What did you say?
I didn't.
What did you say?
Oh, I've got you an echo. Did anyone see my post on my Instagram last night about dear Nanny Di? Yeah. Everyone I know was having a bad day yesterday, myself obviously included. Nadia was having a terrible day, our girls had a shit day, everyone's feeling flat, everyone's feeling bleh, everyone's feeling bleh. And Nanny Di, bless her, she was here and she was feeling shit too. And it was not about the fact that we haven't thought, we're all involved in our own shit, aren't we, to be honest with you? From our own perspective, whether we're parents, whether we're children, whether we're teenagers, young adults. And it's not that we're not thinking about the elderly, but I suppose, like with Nadia's parents, they're that bit older than Nanny Di, and so they're not necessarily as in the world as, say, Nanny Di is. And then Nanny Di was just talking about the fact that she feels like all of her horizons have been limited. And
talking about Nanny Di.
She broke down a little bit, yeah. So,
I know.
But thank you for all your messages.
It was a dark day. I felt really... I just felt like... I read your post on Instagram and I thought, oh my God, that's exactly how I feel. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I had a few comments from people saying, why are you posting this on this? Why are you Look, the reason we talk about any mental health on our social media is not to sit there navel gazing or thinking it's any more important than anyone else. It is precisely based upon the 12-step program of sharing your issues. If it helps one person feel that they're not alone and not unusual and not bizarre or strange or weird for feeling something, then it's of service. That's the key point. So for those nasty little trolls who came onto my Instagram account, hang on, no, I'm just going to say, sod off.
I don't give them a moment. I don't give them a moment. Those
you are by saying it. You are by saying that.
No, because what you'd have to do is just focus on.
But anyway, I'm just explaining that is what it's about. There is a recovery process, and the 12th step of recovery is all about taking it back out and giving it to other people. So sharing the messages of difficulty as well as of hope and of feeling better. But I think you're right. I think yesterday there was something very. You know how they often have that thing where they say this is it's Blue Monday or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a stupid artifice.
Yeah, an artifice. But yesterday very much felt like August. Do you know what I mean?
We were all saying, please let August just be over. We've not had a good August.
Yeah.
But I think there is something there's vibrations in the air. Everyone is really worried about. We're on this kind of like pause string where we don't really know what's happened. Second wave keeps coming up, kids having to go back to school, masked or not masked, economy, job losses. No wonder we all feel a bit dark.
We're at a curious point in the year because let's forget COVID, like you could, but this would be the moment when most people are coming back from summer holidays and go back to school. So what's happening, and I think this might be part of why we're all feeling so strange, is that society is about to go through some of the standard motions that we go through in normal times. End of summer holidays, back to school. And I think we're all feeling like just that normal action and that rhythm, which is still trying to enact itself, it feels a little bit empty, feels a little bit silly and strange.
So much of what I do now feels silly and pointless. Like conversations will happen and I'll think it's just meaningless. It's just absolutely meaningless.
Make a bagel.
Of course it is, darling. This poor child of ours. Is it all right if I make a bagel?
Yeah. She's going to make a bagel.
Linda Donnelly went to see Baby Teeth yesterday. It's so good.
I'm really pleased. For films like that, even if just like 100 people who watch our reviews go and see it, it will transform that film into something completely different. It'll transform it from a mediocre film into a successful film. You're right, guys. I've got you both on camera there.
Just give it a kiss.
Oh, all right. I'm just making sure you're not Nadia embarrassing your teenager on telly. On telly. So Linda Donnelly, really delighted that you saw it. So school is a big thing. Now, I just wanted to ask this question, guys. A lot of headmasters, this isn't actually trending or anything today, but it's something I wanted to talk about yesterday. A lot of headmasters are saying they're going to refuse to fine their parents if they don't go to school.
Oh.
A lot of headmasters.
Wow.
What
do
do
they
you-
have that power?
Well, I don't know. I wanted to ask everyone
I think
here.
that's really, really brave and good of him.
They
because I
think it's
people-
unethical and they think it's impractical.
You know, when you've frightened people so much, you can't then just fine them because they're still frightened when you've done nothing to unfrighten them.
So what do you think, guys? Do you think headmasters say yes or no as to whether they should fine or not? Should they fine or shouldn't they fine? We have seen that the new Millie Bobby Brown trailer's landed. We will be reacting to it at some point too.
Oh, Sabrina Neal. I spent all day again yesterday trying to get my 16-year-old help for her mental health. Every organisation passes us from one to another. I feel I've lost her to depression, heartbroken. Oh my
Bloody hell,
God.
Sabrina. Have you tried Mind?
Have you tried Mind?
Have you
Young
tried
Mind?
Mind? Also, and anxiety.org, because
Anxiety UK.
anxietyuk.org, because they also will fast track you, because, you know, a component of most depression is anxiety. You know, it's a huge
Yeah.
component part.
People get depressed because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can't
yeah.
deal with their
So there'll be an
anxiety.
enormous amount of crossover between the work that Anxiety UK do and the people they talk to. You'd think that there would have sort of evolved some kind of online streaming, one-stop shop kind of therapeutic service,
somebody
wouldn't you?
who's
For-
16, you
yeah.
know, I mean, oh God, Sabrina, that's so awful.
Sarah
It leaves such
Watts.
an ache.
Yeah.
But you won't have lost her. You won't have lost her. You will just have to keep pushing on until you force somebody to give you help. Just go batshit crazy. Just go into the GPs and go batshit crazy and just say, I'm not leaving here until somebody's done something for my child.
Lots of people saying hello to you, Maddie. Hiya. Head teachers, not headmasters, Mark. Oh, sorry. Headmistresses, head teachers. Absolutely. Dr. Natalie Blue. It's gender specific, sorry. Insight Healthcare, Nadine Kerr, Sabrina. There's a suggestion from Nadine Kerr, Insight Healthcare.
Oh, try that one. Insight Healthcare.
what
Thank
I've
you.
just
We'll
said.
look that up. No, I'm just saying this one here, Charlotte Round. Just read that one. The whole of lockdown, I couldn't wait to
Hey,
go back to school.
You just read that.
Yeah, no, I was just reiterating that and
Oh,
also
sorry.
saying I want to
Oh,
read
right.
that one. The whole of lockdown, I couldn't wait to go back to school, but went to school shopping yesterday and have got a pit in my stomach about going back to the new normal. I'm not bloody surprised. None of us want a new bloody normal. Can we all just have a moment where we go, we don't want a new normal? What is a new normal?
But I think everyone's really confused because we don't want a new normal, but also a lot of us don't want the old normal.
Oh, no.
I think everyone's really troubled. I think that's why we're all in a total funk. It's kind of like, yeah, because we knew that we were hurtling towards some kind of a, you know, even like the climate. We're not even thinking about climate. And it's
Well, we can't.
It's a freaking disaster out
That's
there.
a nightmare in itself. God, this is a bit depressing.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to. No, anyway, I was just asking, should schools fine parents? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
what do you reckon? Should schools find parents?
Whether they're head teachers, should head teachers have the opportunity to be able to fine, you know, is it a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think? No, shouldn't fine. No.
Nope.
It's always the simplest tool, isn't
Yeah,
it, that a
everyone's
government
saying
or
no.
authorities use. It's always the simplest tool. You're going to hit those who can least afford it.
I wonder if there is a head in the nation that is going to fine a parent for doing this.
I know.
This might set off a whole catalogue of events now. Hopefully.
I wonder if we're going to see or hear an enormous number of people applying to homeschool their children. Or not applying, but withdrawing their children from school and simply notifying
Well,
us.
lots of people contact us, say they think they're
Yeah.
going to do it now.
And on that note, our book's out soon. Where the hell is Boris? We don't see
Where is
anything of it. I
Boris?
suppose but you know, to be honest with you, apart from the press briefings, one doesn't usually see Boris, your Prime Minister, an awful lot. But we haven't seen him at all, have we? In the whole educational shenanigans, we haven't seen him at all. I mean, I can't think of the last time. I saw him on telly. I've just seen a shot of him looking like Where's Wally? Okay, so has anyone else heard about the contretemps between Bette Midler and Melania Trump?
No.
So Bette Midler sparks fury after calling Melania Trump an illegal alien who still can't speak English during the Republican National Congress.
That's
That's going to backfire.
But that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, if you're thinking You know, and obviously Bette Midler, very outspoken Democrat, Bette Midler has launched a Twitter attack on Melania Trump, calling her an illegal alien
Well, I'm afraid she's done great harm to the Democrats.
who still can't speak English. In a series of tweets, she criticised Miss Trump as she gave a speech, as Melania gave a speech at the Republican National Convention. Melania Trump expressed her gratitude as an American and a support for President Donald Trump's re-election. During Mrs. Trump's speech, Midler tweeted, "A huge bore. She can speak several words in a few languages. Get that illegal alien off the stage."
Oh my God!
First Wives Club star also wrote, "Oh God, she still can't speak English. You're one lucky Slovenian, and after all that surgery, you hit a kind of horrible jackpot chained to a colossal idiot."
Oh my God!
So she didn't pull her punches, Bette, did she? Woo!
That's not right.
And James Woods, the actor, who I was a huge fan of James Woods. He's an outspoken Republican. James Woods tweeted back at Bette saying, "The party of diversity mocks an American for her accent." And I have to say, he's right. I mean,
He's right.
He's right. You don't attack. How can you not see the inherent and total contradiction? I mean, chained to a colossal idiot is funny, but the rest of it is wrong. And it doesn't subscribe to Michelle Obama's Go High, does it? It's just going low. Conservative podcaster Ali Beth Stuckey called it the same people who call Trump a racist. However, others joined Midler in their scathing criticism of Mrs. Trump. CNN political analyst and Playboy White House correspondent. The Playboy magazine has a White House correspondent.
What?
I can't actually believe that. Playboy magazine has a White House correspondent.
No.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What for?
I don't know. What's Playboy's angle on things?
That's weird.
What, female or male?
Male. This is the first one. So there you go. So what do you think there? I mean, you know, I think you can't... Do you know what I mean? You can't sort of have a go at Trump and the Republicans for not embracing ethnic diversity and then attack on that front.
It's a bit low to attack his wife.
It is a bit low to attack his wife.
It's the sort of thing he'd do.
It's exactly the sort of thing he'd do. At least it wasn't Joe Biden who did it, I suppose. I wonder if Joe Biden's camp are now all frantically distancing. I mean, I suppose in a sense, you could argue that she's doing it because Trump has already run at Kamala Harris's. Isn't he doing a sort of, you know...
Well, she might be doing that sort of clever thing, like doing what he does to show what he does. Like, how does it feel for you? But it won't come across like that. They will weaponise that against the Democrats.
Mum, did you see that some Republicans have turned against Trump?
Yeah.
Have they?
Yeah.
So it's the first time they've ever voted for a Democrat, going to vote for a Democrat.
So Katie Price, and here we go. Look, Katie Price is set to make £1 million by following Kerry Katona onto an X-rated OnlyFans.
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Everyone's getting in.
Oh my God.
What is OnlyFans?
Shocking.
What is it?
It's, well, basically you go, people pay and you have to stand there in your bra and your pants.
Oh. Katie?
Kerry Katona does it. I think she earns a fortune.
Oh my God, 42-year-old former glamour model is hoping to coin in over $1 million from subscribers after she follows Kerry Katona. OnlyFans has become a place for celebrities to make extra income by showing off their assets.
Yeah.
Oh my
Not
God.
just celebrities, they're all girls.
Yeah, with the likes of former Disney star Bella Thorne making an astonishing $1 million in just 24 hours. Oh my God.
My God, what sort of people are looking at you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, well there's Kerry.
Think about it.
So they paid to see it.
They pay to say, oh my God. So it's like a stripping website basically, but for celebrities. Okay.
Not just celebrities.
Not just celebrities, but you can.
Loads of girls.
Bloody, really? Do they? God, Maddie's saying loads of girls just sign up to this. Jesus Christ. Whatever next. I've just lost what the other topic I was going to discuss today was.
Imagine parents finding out their daughter.
I know. I remember. Well, when I was at film school, one of the films we all made individual films as students, and then I worked on some co-student colleague's film. She was making about students who were prostitutes or exotic. You know, it was something.
Exotic dancers.
Yeah, they did something kind of unusual. But their biggest clientele, which was the most shocking part of it, was lecturers.
Really?
Lecturers.
Ooh,
Imagine
lecturers.
Imagine going into your lecture
There
hall.
are OnlyFans accounts as well. Some of the men that pay to
Yeah.
look at the photos will take the girls out and pay for everything.
Oh my
But they won't
God.
talk to them.
Fan accounts. Have you heard about these
They
guys?
buy
The
everything
Only
from them.
fans.
No, we don't like it.
No. Cut to 6 months' time and you're there.
I don't think so.
In your Kim Kardashian skimps. Are they called skimps or skins?
Skims, but I call them
Skims.
skids.
Skids.
It's in Skin and Kim.
Oh, Skin
Oh,
and Kim.
Skims.
As in
I never
Skin
knew
and Kim.
that.
Oh, Maddie's got the lowdown on
I
the
call them,
lowdown.
I call them skids on my. Did you notice I call them skids on my Instagram?
Yeah.
Not everyone noticed. They think I've just put skims, but I've actually put skids.
Yeah.
I love Kimmy.
Lucy Heaney, I did not hear about John Voight hitting another actor. John Voight, of course, is Angelina Jolie's father. But hit her... Yes, Dr. Natalie Blue. I will ask Maddie to cut my hair.
Sorry, I'm getting up and down because I've got people coming later, so I'm kind of doing stuff at the same time. But hasn't John Voight's always had a bit of a reputation, hasn't he?
Yeah.
For being a bit of a... I mean, they fell out massively, didn't they?
Yeah. Henrietta
I know
Henson.
somebody that knows Angelina really well, and apparently she is absolutely lovely.
Oh,
Like really kind and really down to earth,
what
and
was that?
which is lovely because I've got a girl crush on Angelina.
What do you mean? I've had a man crush on her for years. Skylee, wishing you good luck for your 4-hour operation, my darling. Henrietta Henson, I'd be paying them to see me. They would soon stop. Oh, don't be like that. There will always be a risk returning back to work or school. The fact is we are still no further being safe than we were in March. Yeah. Thank you, Nicholas Sinnott. I'll take that. Looking fit. I have a girl crush on Jadzia Dax. Do you know who Jadzia Dax is?
No,
Who's Jadzia Dax, Jodie?
Jadzia Dax.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody very dark.
Janice Muir, keep your voices down. If I get caught watching you guys at work, I'll get the sack. Okay, we'll start to whisper. We didn't meet Angelina Jolie, but we were in a gallery in London when they closed it down when her and Brad Pitt arrived. And we had a private view of the show just with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. She kept looking at Maddie like she wanted to adopt her, didn't she? Do you remember that day? Just saying, we never met them, but we were locked in. We had a lock-in at the National Portrait Gallery with Angelina and Brad Pitt.
did.
It was
Oh
such a bizarre
my
experience.
God.
And we literally walked around with them.
Well, it wasn't really a lock-in. They just
It
we'd
was.
come
They
at
didn't
the
let
end.
anyone in, and they didn't let anyone out, and then it was
that's
closed
true,
off. It
actually.
was a lock-in.
But we just followed them round. We really wanted to see this exhibition. Maddie was young, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she only really liked.
And
who
at the
was
time,
artist? Who was the
Lucian
artist?
Freud. And at the time,
Lucian
I'd been
Freud.
winding Maddie up. I would used to wind Nadia's friend Kay up. That I used to have a 6-month I had a 6-month relationship with Angelina, which I didn't obviously. And
No, like got to,
No, but
got
really,
to tell that
really
story
meant-
like properly. Like Maddie grew up believing that Mark had gone out with Angelina and that he had to dump
But it
her
was a
because she
joke.
got
It was
too
a joke.
because she got too possessive. And it was a joke me and
Yeah,
him
yeah.
were in on, and we really
yeah, but we
really,
never promoted it to Maddie. We would promote it to people like Kay. But I think Maddie
Yeah.
must have heard it and
Oh, Maddie
believed it.
totally believed that you'd gone out with Angelina because
Yeah.
you used to do this
Yeah,
as a
it's a
joke.
wind up.
So, when we were in this art gallery, and honestly, they were as close as this. When Brad Pitt walked in, because I'd never really been much of a fan of Brad Pitt, my God, Mark, charisma,
Oh my
movie
God, yeah.
star.
Yeah, movie
He
star.
walked in, we were this close
With
to him.
his
it's like,
cowboy boots on.
oh my God, that is charisma. And she was tiny. Angelina was absolutely tiny. Because I was expecting her face to
Yeah,
be,
so
she's got these
slight.
wonderful wide bones. She's tiny, very, very thin, very, very small. And she talks like this to him all the time. And we're just walking around like this. Honest to God, we were like this. Right?
Yeah,
We
we
were
were.
like the Pickles family. But we carried on the joke. So every room we were in, they would come in or whatever. So Mark kept saying to us, carrying on the joke, oh my God, she's just following me now. It's getting embarrassing. This is what she was like when I was going out with her. Anyway, Maddie really loved Lucian Freud, the artist. So she's standing in front of paintings, very young, going, oh, I like this, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. And Angelina started to really
Well, she
stare
kept
at her,
looking
didn't we?
at her, yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
she? We were like, Angelina wants our child. Oh my God, it was so funny. Anyway, we eventually leave the gallery, having spent the entire time with Brad and Angelina, never speaking to them, but Mark pretending that he was having to avoid her, me just like staring
It's so
at her because
funny.
she's so beautiful. And then we left the gallery and we've said, come on, let's go and get a burger. And
Yeah.
Maddie said to me, I'll never forget it. She went to me, oh, Mum, Angelina and Brad aren't going to follow us there too, are they? Like, seriously. And then she went to me, Mum, you put a little hand into my arm. She went, Mum, you're much prettier than Angelina.
Aww.
And we realised that she must have been thinking the
Yeah.
whole time.
Well, I said to her, she
God.
was looking at you because she was thinking of the child she could have had with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Maddie was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And so Maddie, very quietly, separate from Daddy, came and told me that I was prettier than Angelina because she thought I was upset.
And then we broke the
my
news
God.
to her.
So then we had to tell her, oh, we were winding you up this whole time. Daddy didn't really go out with Angelina. I think Kay's
What is-
husband,
what is-
partner, still thinks she did.
What is the likelihood, though, of running that myth and then us being locked in a gallery with them,
With
on a
them.
one-to-one virtually?
And then Maddie being so
Very,
worried
very
because she
funny.
thought they were going to follow us to the burger
Yeah.
joint
Yeah, exactly. So
and want to
funny.
hang out with us.
Now, one of the other stories that I was looking at today, and it's a biggie, is that... can we shut that door? It's horrendous, that noise. Was the... Oh, why does that... Sorry, my news has just died. It's the idea that apparently a huge number of companies are refusing to reopen their offices or take office workers back, or reopen their offices and invite their staff to return to their offices. Sorry, I'll get it out. But I was quite shocked by the number of people, the number of companies that aren't going to do it again. You know, they're talking about going into 2021. They're talking
Really?
about never opening their offices again.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite...
Well, the cab driver was saying to me yesterday, I said, do you find
trying
you've
to
got
find
a
the
lot of
statistics.
business because people aren't wanting the tubes and trains? He went, yeah, there's loads of people that would normally have got a tube that are getting a car. He said, but the business is decimated
Yeah.
because the city boys haven't come back in any way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Like nobody. All
Yeah.
those big city companies, they've lost all their business.
Yeah. No, it's I can't find the actual story with the statistics because my Apple News has just died. But yeah, I mean, it's something like where they surveyed something like 50 major corporations, something like 30 of them are not going to be returning to their offices, which is quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And so, you know, this worry and this fear, and I mean, me and we're all going in to see Tenet late this afternoon in London, you know, this fear that our sort of urban centres are going to fall apart or are just not going to sort of be able to sustain themselves is very real. It's very real. I mean, a lot of places are closing. A lot of places are closing down. So it's a real worry. And then, of course, you know, you've got all the worries around furlough. You know, in Germany, they're extending the furlough scheme until the end of 2021.
Are they?
End of
Do you not
2021.
think our government will have to follow? I mean,
they
I was talking
can't.
to
We haven't got
somebody-
enough money.
I was talking to somebody yesterday and she said, you know, because her boyfriend, she was a young girl, works in events. So she said, every day we're just waiting for that call to come in about the furlough and the furlough stopping and just thinking every day how we're going to pay our rent once that furlough stops. And I just thought, my God, that's how half the bloody country are like that. It's
Yeah.
so petrifying. Just this never knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah. I just want to find out the statistic. Let me just...
Sorry, I'm doing my makeup now. We've done it all on here, haven't we? Breakfast,
yeah.
makeup. I don't get why they didn't extend the furlough scheme here, says Xander Gibb. Well, money. So far, this virus has cost us, what is it, Mark? $1 trillion?
2 trillion.
2 trillion. 2 effing trillion. Did I tell them a fact about the last... Oh, I haven't said it on the live, have I? Did I say it on the live? Yeah,
What?
about the pandemic in 1968.
No, I don't know. I don't think you have.
So Denise Welsh, my friend, fellow loose women, got a text from a nurse the other day who's 72 years old. And she wanted to just say that she feels like frustrated because in 1968, I was 4, you were a twinkle in your mum's eye, there was a pandemic and it was a virus that had come from pigs, so it's kind of a swine flu, come from China. 80,000 people in this country died and 2 to 4 million worldwide died. And the analysis from this nurse was, the other thing she said, the NHS was completely overwhelmed. And she said, but the difference was we didn't have social media and we didn't have rolling news. And so everyone just got on with their business and carried on, and that was it. There was also a pandemic in 1957. So this thing of it only being the last time was 100 years ago for Spanish flu isn't actually true.
And it just goes to show you the idea that it's about coverage and exposure.
Yeah, and it's like what Mark and I have been saying a lot more recently is that, and I love Mark's idea that Ofcom should be involved in the reporting now of the news, because they do have a vested interest in ratcheting up the fear on a daily basis, having a death count, having an R rate.
Clickbait.
You know, as like so many people say, if we had the death rate every day of cancer, if we had a death rate of almost anything, it would cause fear and panic. So this gloominess that we're feeling, and it is gloom, it's gloom actually, that's what I've been feeling, gloom, and I think I'm seeing a lot of you feeling the same, is because it is all starting to feel crazy. 2 trillion. People not knowing if tomorrow the furlough could just be snatched out from underneath them.
Yeah,
not knowing how they're going to pay their rent.
And I do worry. It's a little bit like Brexit when people say, "Oh well, you know, we haven't Brexited yet." You know, so there's that. Let's wait and judge whether it was the right decision when we've Brexited. And we're never going to have clear optics on that now because of the overhang that we'll have from COVID.
Yeah.
But the other problem with COVID is that we keep talking about, okay, well, I think we've got through the worst of it. And we have. And of course, this isn't fear-mongering or doom-mongering, but we have to be realistic. You know, evictions will start at some point. Furloughing will stop at some point. And it's not about none of that now is about whether the disease is dangerous or not. That is about how can economics work in small companies and in individual people's lives. And that is my bigger worry. When I'm sat in my car driving somewhere and I'm worrying about stuff, I'm not worrying about the disease as much as I was. Obviously, you stay alert, you stay across it.
We don't want to get it. Nobody wants to get it. It's a horrible thing.
But my biggest concern is the byproduct, is the economic distress and the mental health and the emotional distress for everyone. And that is by far now my biggest concern.
Me too.
Now, if there was suddenly science saying we are right to be this worried, we would all have to listen to it and just get through it. It's not about fixing the news to suit what mental state we want to be in, but it's about being balanced at a point where things aren't as bad as they were. They could get worse, but in a very different way. And I think, we've lost sight of what we should be focusing on.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to have to absolutely go in 2 minutes because I'm guesting on a podcast which starts in 7 minutes.
Yeah. But as always, sorry that was a bit disjointed, but you were just like in our house with us.
Incredibly disjointed.
This
but that's
is what it's like in our
trying
house.
to hold a thought. You see, there'll be moments in this where you see me like this. Trying to hold a thought, but there we go. Lots of love, guys. Not sure what's coming later, but Tenet is being reviewed. That will be coming up on the channel at some point. And we will see you later at some point.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Have a good day, guys. Bye.